Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. In a recent video of mine, I asked if you guys were interested in seeing any of the decks that I have built, but are not ready to be used yet. And a few people said yeah, so that's what today's video is. I want to preface this video as well by saying these decks aren't going to be ready for a while. The soonest you'll see one of these decks is probably around late October. These should be very familiar to you. I have my Pegasus, my Infernoble, my Red Dragon Archfiend, my Stardust Dragon, my Junk Warrior, my Stardust Dragon number 3. It's just, I'm only going to be showing off decks that I haven't actually finished working on yet. So things like my Dreadnought, this hasn't been used in a video. That's a personal deck for me. I'm not going to show that off. I don't use it in videos. I'm never gonna. Well, maybe. I don't know. I have bad luck when I play that deck. I only fight like the worst shit, so I'm probably never going to. This is a very basic Dark Magician deck. 3 Dark Magician, 3 Magician Souls, 3 Magician's Rod. It's kind of just that. You know, it's the basic Dark Magician setup. I like running 3 Eternal Soul because I have bad luck and I don't draw into it often. I also enjoy running Skill Drain because fuck you, you run Sword Soul. I know you do. I know you do. Yes, you. I'm not talking about you. You getting offended right now. Not you. I know you don't. You're good. Chill. Calm down. Don't be offended at you. You. Yeah. Fuck you. I hate you. Anyways, there's 3 Soul Servants. I don't know. I'm not gonna treat this like a deck profile or something, but it's kind of just the basic setup. Magician Souls to get things out. Effect Veiler. It's my negate hand trap of choice. I don't really like Ash Blossom. I don't really like Max C, although it's quite useful. I don't like Imperm, I don't like Forbidden Droplet or any of that stuff. So Effect Veiler feels nice. Plus, Effect Veiler, level 1, this Dark Magician, lets me go into Stardust Dragon. So, you know, I'm okay with that. The main thing here with this deck is I'm running Spellbook of Secrets, Spellbook of Knowledge, and Spellbook Magician, or whatever the fuck his name is. I figured this is a pretty decent setup, because if I get him, and I don't get Ash Blossomed, I normal summon him, I add Spellbook of Secrets, then I activate Spellbook of Knowledge, and that gives me a thinning from 2 cards, and then also another draw 2. So I figure that's a really decent setup, because then I can still use Magician Soul's effect if I draw into Magician Souls to bring Dark Magician out. Plus I can always draw into Eternal Soul or Dark Magical Circle, and Dark Magical Circle can let me draw into anything else, and I just feel like that's a very decent setup to have, just that 3 card deck thinning right there. The reason that there's 2 and not 3 is because I feel like having too many of these is just kind of slow down the rest of the deck. Aside from that, I feel like it's a pretty decent setup here. I have my Secret Village of the Spellcasters, Magician Salvation to give my Eternal Soul, and then that's kind of it. Secret to Dark Magic. I don't really have many Dark Magician fusion monsters that I enjoy. I like Quintet Magician a lot, actually. Then there's the Dark Magicians, there's Dark Magician the Dragonite, which protects it. I would like to have Timaeus the United Dragon, but I don't think he's in this game. I was looking for him earlier. I searched up Timaeus, I searched up a bunch of stuff that could be related to him, but I didn't find him, so I'm just assuming he's not in the game. But if he was, he would absolutely be in this deck, maybe in replacement for an Apprentice Illusion Magician, or a Magician's Rod. I'm not really sure, but I would love to have him in there, so that way I can go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight easier, then Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight. Oh, that's what I need to put in here. I needed to put a level 1, or a Link 1 monster. I think Imduk is the one, Imduk the World Chalice Guardian or whatever. That one will let me go into the Dragon Knights easier. But aside from that, pretty basic deck we got. This is a deck that I actually had Dakota make me. Well, kind of. I asked Dakota if he could help me build an Albaz deck that let me use Incredible Ecclesia Virtuous, as well as Fallen of Albaz, because those are 2 of my favorite cards of all time. Fallen of Albaz, amazing, I love him, he's adorable. Ecclesia, amazing, I love her, she's adorable. And it's great, the whole like best friendship they got going on, and their whole journey through all the shit, through Dogmatica, the swords. I love it so much. I'm such a loser, I love it so much. But I don't really like the Despia monsters that much. I think Dramaturge of Despia looks cool. I have no interest in the card. I think Despian cards look cool, but I have like no interest in the cards, with the exception of Aluber. So I asked Dakota, can you help me out to make a deck? And he put together most of the stuff. I did put Aluber in here afterwards, but he helped me create a deck that used the Dogmatica cards as well. And it was really, really cool of him, and I'm really grateful for it. And it's kind of just like a basic deck with like 50 fucking UR cards in it, because of course it is. The Albaz deck is so strong. It's such a broken ladder. But I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of just the basic thing. You get out your fusion monster, Dogmatica Ecclesia into Fleur-de-Lis, which is the Iris Sword Soul, I believe. And I love it. I'm really happy about it. I really appreciate that he helped me make this deck. Again, on the topic of Fallen of Albaz and Ecclesia, like I said, they are 2 of my favorite cards. But what I didn't realize, well, I mean, I knew it, but like I didn't like click in my brain yet. Ecclesia is a tuner, a level 4 tuner. that can special summon herself from my hand. I was downstairs, me, Lou, and Dakota, my two best friends. Every now and then we'll meet up and play YuGiOh, usually once every week, every 2 weeks. We'll meet up and play YuGiOh in real life. Lou says to me, he's like, Ecclesia's a tuner too, so it's really cool. And I'm like, wait a second. Ecclesia's a tuner. And in my head, it just clicked. Ecclesia, level 4. Albaz, level 4. Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon with those two would be really funny. Okay, what else could I do? Stardust Dragon Assault Mode with these two could be really funny. It's 2500 or more attack, which means it can go into Titanic Clad, into ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and also works as a not a wind monster. Is it a level 8 or higher monster? Yeah, and then it goes into Brigand as well, which is really cool. Just having this one card in my main deck lets me go into these two cards. Then, having Albion, I can banish if I need to, or Lubellion allows me to shuffle it back into my deck if I get it in my starting hand by using Lubellion's effect to bring out one of these two. I have done so much mental fucking gymnastics figuring this deck out. I have my Stardust Synchron here, which can give me my Stardust Illumination. Stardust Illumination sets my Stardust Trail to the graveyard. Then if I have Ecclesia on my field, I tribute her, special summon Stardust Trail back out with my Stardust Synchron these two into this. Then because I tributed her to special summon Fallen of Albaz, Fallen of Albaz effect activates, allowing me to fusion summon from the opponent's field. It's crazy. I have legitimately done so much thinking for this deck. That's not a good hand. Let me do a different sample draw. See this? Amazing. Branded Fusion. Go into whatever I need to. Ecclesia. Summon, tribute, bring out Fallen of Albaz, bring out another fusion monster. This card right here, amazing. Branded Lost. Ecclesia. Special summon. Fallen of Albaz. Do whatever I need to do. It's great. There are so many options, literally almost always. I normal summon Aluber. I get to add a Branded Fusion to my hand, do that whole ladder. Then I can special summon Stardust Synchron by tributing away my Aluber, bringing out Stardust Trail and Stardust Synchron, letting me then get Stardust Dragon out on the field as well. And I have Arrive and Light, so I'd put that down beforehand. This is genuinely like a perfect hand. Like if I had a Branded Lost instead of Junk Synchron here, this would be the perfect hand. Because this gives me my fusion. I mean, I guess this could just be Branded Fusion as well. But that would be so broken, because I get my whole fusion ladder, I tribute someone with Stardust Synchron. Actually, no, I would need Owlburn instead of that, so I can get the tribute summon. And then I do Stardust Trail effect, bring out my level 1 token, because I special summoned a Warrior Synchron or Stardust monster. Arrive and Light lets me special summon out Converging Wills Dragon. Then I can use whatever bullshit I need to, and just go straight into Shoting Majestic Star Dragon because I have Stardust Dragon. It is great. I love this deck. Everything works great. And I never need to go into Assault Mode. Assault Mode is just here as like a cherry on top. It's like, okay, if I can go into you, awesome. If I can't, that sucks. All right, cool. You know, it's like this is kind of a dead draw if I don't have the ability to go into Stardust, but everything being basically level 4 is an easy way to go into it. Junk Synchron plus Junk Converter, if I don't have a good hand, I can do this head on into Shooting Majestic Star Dragon by getting this card out, putting whatever in my graveyard, doing that kind of shit. Or I can just go to Stardust Dragon, Junk Synchron, plus Junk Converter into Junk Warrior. Junk Converter effect activates, allowing me to bring Junk Synchron back out. Then Junk Synchron plus Junk Warrior into Stardust Dragon. Set Assault Mode activate on my opponent's turn. Assault Mode activate, bring out my Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. It is great. There is so much that I can do with this deck, and I am so excited to actually get to play it eventually. I so fucking love this deck, because I love the Fallen of Albaz cards. They're so fucking cool. It is this beautiful, cohesive story, and I love it, and I'm so happy about it, and I'm so excited to play this deck. The last deck is pretty simple, actually. It's kind of just a basic vampire. Actually, it's a nerfed vampire deck because I don't run Zombie World or any of the other cards, because I just don't like them. I actually just don't like them. But it's very basic zombie deck. Vampire Ghost, use this, send Familiar or Retainer, use one of their effects to special summon the other, bring out whatever I need to. Vampire Frownline gives me my attack thing here. Vampire Grace lets me special summon this one as well. So that way I have my 2 level 5s, letting me go into the ugliest fucking card ever. Not that one. I like this guy. That's not the one. Vampire Sharadan. I couldn't say that for a moment there. He is hideous. What am I looking at? Genuinely, I despise. I mean, I like the background. The background's cool. It makes me think of Creepy Steeple from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. One of my favorite. Actually, it's my second favorite game of all time. And Creepy Steeple's probably my favorite chapter. I fucking love Dupless. I love it. Or Dupliss, as you might know from the capital P if you played the game before. But God, I fucking hate how just hideous the Vampire Sheridan mat is. But I love these cards, they're so cool. And recently we got the Zombie Vampire in the deck, which is awesome, as well as Vampire Voivode, which is not the most important card in this deck, but is genuinely helpful. and I just am very, very excited to get to play this deck. This is probably the one that I'll be able to do sooner than anything else, although I will still be building my Stardust, so my Fallen Star, my Albaz Assault Mode Stardust deck more. That's the one that I'm going to be focusing on building, but I could probably do this one really soon. And when I finish up my, when I buy a few of the spellbook structure decks, I can probably just build this straight out, because I can just dismantle the stuff that I have for my spellbooks. So it should be pretty easy to go into this, actually. Maybe you'll see this one a bit sooner than I thought. I don't know. But it's very, very basic deck. Also, weird video, I know, just me rambling for like 6 minutes. That's kind of what this was going to be. I don't really have other decks. I had a Gusto deck, I had some other stuff, I had a Vendread deck, but those aren't going to be built for a long time, so I dismantled those, and I figured, well, when I want to come back to those, I'll come back to those. That being said, I hope you enjoyed me ranting for 8 years. I am very, very excited to play some new decks for you guys. I would like to get this one done for October, because I'd love to have some vampire stuff. I mean, I've never done seasonal videos, right? With the exception, actually, with one exception being in my Persona 5 Striker series, where I uploaded a video at Christmas, and I put a Christmas hat on my character, and we were in a winter-themed area. And I was so happy that oh my god, that was during Christmas. I hadn't realized how long ago I played that game. Wow, that was, it's almost been a year. It's probably been around a year since I started that game. Wow, that's crazy. But I don't know, I just figure I want to do some seasonal stuff so I can make some spooky type decks. I have so many Ghost Trick cards. The new pack that gives the Albaz cards as well as Vampire Void. I have so many Ghost Tricks. Where the fuck is it? I had like 9 of this shiny. I just kept dismantling them because I'm like, whatever. I actually adore the way the Ghost Trick cards work too. I think they are so cute, but they're so garbage. Was that YuGiOh? It was. You can yucky on my cock, not the card. That's what I said to Dakota in a video that didn't get. No, that's just so shit. They're just adorable cards. I love them so much. They're so fucking cute, but they're so bad. This is a good Xyz monster. I like this one, but this one is garbage. Why he got stupid legs? Why he looked like the fucking ghost guy from Scooby-Doo 1, the live action movie? I hate it. I wish that the Xyz cards looked, I mean, this one's kind of cool, aside from the horse's big ass mouth. It's just, it would be so cool. So cool if we had actually good looking cards for this deck. That's what I wish happened. Not good looking cards, useful cards. They're not good. They don't go into anything. And now I'm ranting for 8 more minutes. We'll see you guys next time.